Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Game Set Live. It's been a while since we've looked at new Lego sets that have just come out, and I know these were released officially about a week ago, but I really wanted to dive into them and kind of give my thoughts on them as they just were released, and we haven't gotten really any prequel love for the helmet sets, the helmet series yet. I know they've been focusing a lot on the original trilogy and the Mandalorian, so I wanted to give my thoughts on these and hopefully it'll help you all decide if this is something you want to pick up. But of course, we see them right on the screen here. We've got the Princess Leia Boushh helmet, or Bush helmet, I don't know how you'd say that. The Captain Rex helmet, and of course, the Clone Commander CODY Phase 1 helmet. So right off the bat, we'll start with, and they're all $69.99. And it looks like pre-orders may have been filled up on the Captain Rex helmet, but we'll dive right into the Princess Leia. We've got some beautiful pictures here, of course. So it looks like pre-order on this item is still available. We've got some beautiful pictures. We'll blow it up to full screen. Great detail. This one out of the three, I will have to say, probably translated best to the helmet format. And it looks to be about 6.5 inches tall. That I would imagine that's fairly similar to the other helmet sets that we've had so far. So it doesn't look like it's going to be very different in that respect. You can see that with the human model next to it. So right off the bat, the coloring looks pretty great. I never noticed that the eyeline pieces, or what if that's right above her eyeline, was green. I can't really say that I noticed that, but the detail on this is great. It's always interesting. I actually have never personally built a helmet set before. While I do have many of them up unopened on my shelf, I have not opened any of them and built them yet. So it'll be interesting to see from those that do build it what the building mechanics look like, how the interior of these usually looks pretty ugly, which is how it's expected because you're going to be covering it with these smooth pieces with these other pieces. But it looks like just from the side angles, from the front, do we get any shots of the back? Not that anyone's going to be caring about the back. I think this gives us a full 360. So let's pause it. Okay, so it looks like we've got some stickers on the back. That nice wraparound piece there looks pretty clean. The detail on the side, honestly, that's pretty nice, and it'll be interesting to see how they get this angle right here, the mouth angle, because that looks like some interesting techniques there. But of course, this is a render. This looks like a rendered. It doesn't look like an actual design, and of course, the custom printed. No pictures on our plaques. We don't like to have pictures on our plaques. UCS, you can probably see right behind me. But overall, I'm a fan of this one. I probably won't pick this one up just because it's not my absolute favorite. It's not mine to die for set. So I probably won't be picking this one up. However, let's get into Captain Rex. Oh, and I did want to do a little side by side. So you can see overall they're getting some of these angles here are going to be tough. Some of the mouthpieces here, but overall, this is from episode 6, Princess Leia's Bounty Hunter mask, which is great. And the price is $69.99. It looks like we're going to be hovering around $69.99 for most of these helmet sets, which it's getting a little steep. All right, let's move on to Captain Rex's helmet. Ooh, and actually, as I suspected, Captain Rex, the pre-orders are sold out, so we're going to have to wait till it comes out in person, in stores, to get if you're like me and you haven't gotten the pre-order. This one is 854 pieces, almost 900 pieces. Princess Leia was considerably less at 670, but price per piece you're getting more. However, if you notice on the head here, it's just inherently has a lot more pieces. Which, what can you expect really for Rex's helmet? First impressions are that it looks good. Like, you know exactly who it is. There's really no questions. I like the detail on the markings of how many clankers he's gotten. The marks here, and then these, I think they're just, as far as in the actual movie show, they're just markings that he's put on his helmet. So Those look good. We've got the little fins up here, and we've got these details. They can have more stickers, but I think the stickers are necessary. And this one was 8 inches tall, so this is about 1.5 inches taller than the Princess Leia Bounty Hunter helmet. And it does look to be a little bigger, a little bulkier. So I'm really surprised that they did the $69.99 on Princess Leia's. I would maybe expected that to be $59.99. I would imagine, however, the Princess Leia will go on sale first. Let's see what kind of movie we got. We got some music. I better turn that off so I don't get in trouble. So we can see some of the builds here. Looks great. I mean, my one complaint, which I have been seeing, I'll go back to the head-on picture, is look at his mouth. That's the biggest complaint. It is difficult, I understand, to get the angle downwards, and they've tried to get that here by having these curved pieces. But this whole area in the middle, this is just not doing it for me. We need more extension of his mouthpiece here to make it a bit more accurate. But otherwise, I mean, they did a really good job on the visor, a pretty good job on the fins up here. I mean, once you start going side by side is when you really start losing it, which we have to understand, and obviously I understand, this is, while it's still an 18 plus set, so it's still essentially a model build. It's not something you're going to be playing with. It's going to lose some realism, which I totally understand that. However, I think it would be more than reasonable to expect that they could match the mouthpiece and just extend it down a little further somehow. Maybe they tried and it didn't work out. We'll never know. However, we do have these little fins right here. I don't know if you call them like breathing apparatus or something like that. So I really do appreciate the overall build of this one. $69.99. 69, yeah, it is $69.99. That price isn't bad. It's steep, man. These are getting really, really expensive, really hard to keep up with. So really great builds just from looking at it. I think I haven't, since I haven't actually built any of the helmet series sets, I can't fully attest to them, but they look great. They're great collector pieces. And if anything, like what I do, they display really well in the box because this box art is really clean, really crisp, and what can you expect? Now, I saved my favorite for last just based on the pictures. So we're going to move on to the Clone Commander CODY Phase 1 helmet. And this is also, looks like this is still available for pre-order, which kind of surprises me. I know Rex is a more popular Lego minifigure, more popular in the show as well. However, everyone knows in the Clone Wars. However, everyone knows Commander CODY from Revenge of the Sith and from the Clone Wars. So let's dig into him. I think his overall looks a lot better when compared to the Clone Wars, which this looks like it's based off of the Clone Wars. It really, and just looking at the pictures on the back of the box, it didn't look like they took any inspiration from the clones from episode 2, Attack of the Clones. It looks like they took all their inspiration from the Clone Wars, which is, it's fine. This is where we see most of Commander CODY when it comes to his Phase 1 armor. I don't believe we see him in Attack of the Clones at all. Maybe you could pick him out somewhere, but we really don't see him until Revenge of the Sith. So taking inspiration from the Clone Wars is, in my mind, more than acceptable. And even when we compare, and I think this is probably the picture they used on the box. There you go. So we have it a little more zoomed up in here. When you compare them side by side, I think Lego does a really good job of getting the flare out right in this area, right in the cheekbone area. It does a really good job of getting this gap, this kind of dent, if you want to call it, but then also flaring out when it comes to the jawline and goes down to the end of the helmet. So if we look at this view, no, just kidding. This view gives us a really good look at this building combination here with pieces on top of pieces connecting. Now, it'll be really interesting to see how do these pieces connect together, because sometimes it looks really good, but then when you actually start building it, it's kind of floppy. You touch it a little bit, it'll fall off. So really hoping that this does not fall prey to that. However, when we take into account, I just noticed this the little light up top here that really awesome, greatly matches that piece. And then we've got the beautiful fin and the antenna off of Commander Cody's helmet. And this overall, it looks great. It looks like maybe we could have had his visor or his helmet bill, if you want to call it that, go out a little further, because it kind of looks like it cuts off, whereas here it causes a little more shade. But they've got, the stickers are very, very well done on this helmet build. As you can see, I feel like I haven't said anything bad about this helmet yet, which really proves how good of a job they did on this one. And $69.99, like I said, it's getting a little expensive. This one has 766 pieces. But man, it's just beautiful. This one is definitely my favorite by far. And well, actually, size-wise, that looks like a pretty decent. Do they have the height in here? 8 inches. So it's the same height as the Commander Rex helmet. But overall, if you want to get all 3 of these, you're going to have to fork up a whopping $210 plus tax to get all these. So, and I just realized it was behind my camera. There, $69.99 times 3, $210 for all these bad boys and girls with Princess Leia. I want to say I'm going to get these eventually, but man, it's not cheap. Lego is not. Oh, and you can get a really good view of the inside of how the inside kind of builds up in the clip pieces. So, based on that, do they give us any good? No. It looks like we don't get any additional looks on the inside. But, I mean, overall, this is by far my favorite. Make sure you all go check out these Lego sets when they come out. I'm hoping to get them relatively early, ? Even if I get them early, I might not build them. We'll see. I know you can only see a little bit, but I am very much running out of space. So we'll see what I can do. But I'm hoping to get some more Lego reviews in the coming future. But regardless, I figured we've got these pictures here. Might as well take a look at them. So thanks for checking out my review of the pictures of the 3 additional Lego helmet series. So I have a lot of other videos, a lot of other Lego videos, Lego live streams, Minecraft. What else we got? Forza. A lot of live streams that I've been doing lately. So make sure you subscribe, like this video, and check out some of my other videos. Once again, thanks for watching, everyone. And remember to keep it live.